Good morning. I think I will start now. I would like to welcome you to this webinar today. Textile Resilience Strategy. My name is Oksana Dabrok. I'm the project manager of IE Textiles, which is a Catalan cluster of advanced textile materials. And today I will help this webinar from the nice building of Secot in city of Terrassa. The textile strategy webinar will be about, it's a part the following agenda will have introduction of EuroBoosTEX project, textile resilience strategy, about risks, about opportunities, about long and short-term solution, and to transform textile into resilient business. And we will have conclusions, and at the end, the possibility to have a question session. What this textile resilience strategy webinar will answer? This will answer why it's important to address, which common risks are identified in textile value chain, what are the short-term solutions for the risks, and what are the long-term solutions, and as well how we can mitigate these risks and take action. And as well, we would see which risks are coming especially in our value chain and what is more affected to the value chain in textile. The EuroBoosTEX project, as this webinar is part of one of the objectives in training activities, is a joint European initiative in textile industry for Europe's recovery, boosting digital and green transition. And this project aims to drive change and make European textile value chain more resilient after pandemic, providing me a set of tools to improve their innovation potential, technological uptake, skills, and internationalization. As next, we would look what is textile resilience strategy. The textile resilience strategy is focusing in strengthening industrial competitiveness. It's bringing innovation in the textile sector, boosting the textile EU market for sustainable and circular textiles, driving new business model if we apply the strategy, of course, perspective and insight. As well, there is a need of risk and crisis management and business continuity planning. Our textile value chain, as well known in industry, starting with the fiber, yarn, fabric production, pre-treatment of textiles, manufacturing depending also on the product, dyeing, finishing, treatments, packaging, logistic, shipment, sales and retails. And this textile resilience strategy is meant to focus on the textile value chain. Over the past years, we have a lot of struggles and the companies in textile sector, which are the pandemic situation, the military conflict and the climate change, as well as financial crisis, and many more disruptions which hopefully are not coming. So this disruption are affecting the textile value chain and areas or different parts of the value chain. And the common risks found by the clusters during the workshop in spring and was identified the most common as a high energy costs, high raw material costs, missing the turn on circular economy and greener, less consuming process, lack of skilled personnel, and aging workforce, and lack of performance, automatization, traceability, optimization, and monitoring. We would look for each risk, short-term and long-term, and an action plan for each risk. The needs for the high energy costs are to adapt to the market regulations, to look for greener sources, to optimize the operation of machinery. And for this needs, the short and long-term solution are meant to be. For short-term solution, we would speak about 1 to 3 years, and long-term solution are until 10 years. So for the high energy cost risk, we would have the first mitigation or short-term solution is a revision of legislation, pay and cry, negotiate better energy rates with distributor or provider, adapting process of peak hours, probably special tariffs, and promote microgeneration. As a long-term solution, of course, we need to look for investment in a new, more efficient machinery, research and development, probably to plan to look for strategy to look for solar panels and windmills to generate energy. As well, looking for more optimization, reduce energy needs, diversify energy sources or combine, and promote investment in green energy sources. As well, invest in renewable energies. And the action plan for the risk of high energy costs are in 5 steps. And one of the steps is to initiate energy audit of the process, to design for the energy production solutions, to develop a resource system, to test and validate, and to transfer to the other SMEs. Additionally to the we would have a secondary action plan, and the actions will be to plan and to invest early enough in installation of solar panels and every roof by possibilities, to design for the energy production solution, as well to join energy plants and to scale up. More action to take is to look for opportunities and investment in hydrogen for finishing plants, for example, than for heating instead. To look for opportunities for the large-scale renewable. The second common identified risk is the high raw material cost. And for this risk, we would have the following needs, which is to find alternative raw material produced in the EU, to raise consumer awareness of the benefits of recycled materials, to search for new biosourced materials, to look for new materials for production. And for the high raw material cost, we would have the solution or the mitigation for short term, to look for public support to buy recycled materials, for proximity providers to support research on biosourced fibers, to search of new materials extended supplier list, and to study of effectiveness of new materials, and of course looking for the regulations. And as long-term solution or mitigation for this risk from the value chain is to buy recycled materials at the market prices, to change raw material to alternative products, to increase the use of recycled materials, and to allocate costs through the supply chain, to research renewable recycling solution, and to research and development of a new material again produced in the EU. The action plan for the raw material costs are, of course, research and development of new materials in the EU. So there is a need of status of the art of new textile materials in the EU, search mapping waste subproducts that can potentially be used to produce new fibers. Development of those new fibers, testing the application, scaling up and going into the market. Additionally, additionally to this action plan, we would have changing raw material to alternative products, investing in R&D in polyester, nylon, aramid, etc., to find alternatives from bio-based sources for high-end application, for example, aramid substitute, to research and development of new material products to be produced, to map innovative textile recycling technologies, and to define new application possibilities in a second life. The next risk, which was found during the value chain, is missing the turn on circular economy and greener, less consuming processes. Found for this risk is to develop recycling and sorting technologies, to secure feedstock, to clear the EU legislation on recycled material, and to look for new biosourced materials. And for this risk, the short-term solution is to develop connection with relevant sectors such as agriculture, to support research on green processes, to support research on biosourced fibers, and to strengthen collaboration with other industrial sectors. And for the long-term solution or mitigation for this risk, there is a need of cluster support to the green and digital transition of SMEs, turning to eco-design of textile products, to establish a platform of providers, to invest in recycling technologies, and to implement regional recycling hubs for textile sector. The action plan for this risk of missing the turn on circular economy and greener, less consuming processes is that the cluster map the opportunities and informing the SMEs, cluster coach and guide them to join the opportunities, and SMEs adoption and validation, showcase and replication, feedback and start again. As well, searching for programs to support investment in innovation and investigation and creation of new business models. One more risk is lack of skilled personnel and aging workforce in textile industry. And for this, we will have the following needs: is to make priority to search talents in the textile sector early enough, to plan strategies to attract young people, to create incentives for high-skilled personnel, to attract qualified HR to T&C sector. For this risk, we would have the following mitigations. On the short-term solution is to attract young talents to offer nice and fair salaries, careers opportunities, to offer constant training possibilities, to campaign and to promote and improve the image of TNC sector. Moreover, outsourcing when possible, and finally, internal upskilling and reskilling. And long-term solution are the upskilling and reskilling workforce, increase collaboration with training centers, implement robotization as support to HR, new contract models, automate processes to develop and promote the textile among young people with funny activities as hackathon. Additionally, to explain the link with digitalization needed in textile sector or the job option far away from the traditional concept. And the action plan for lack of skilled personnel and aging workforce would be the need of TNC companies to make a survey, to offer trainings in the market, to cross the information about TNC companies which need survey and training offers in the market, to develop a training program based on the results of previous step, and to implement a training program. Additionally to this action plan, we will develop webinars based on their needs, looking for data analysis and the market needs, to offer to pay for training studies with the aim of employing the personnel concerned, to target training activities, to make textile more fun or at least pretend so, cooperative promotion of new position models. The next risk is lack of performance, and this is last of the 5 risks, which was identified as common risk of the value chain, and is automatization, traceability, optimization, and monitoring. Needs for this risk are to improve the process through digitalization, to support financial investments, to address rising costs of energy with more effective processes, to look for new material processes and final product, and to transform the digital industry and bring it to the present day. For the mitigation of the lack of performance, as a short-term solution, there is a need of collaboration with research and development centers, doing investment levels for equipment to support research and development in new technologies development, to create programs to support investment and innovation, and participation in trades and fairs. And long-term solution is to invest more, to look for quality rather than quantity, to increase TRLs of research and development results, to push them to the factories, to seek new investment models, for example, renting equipment. Moreover, to look for new business models, to increase capacity of equipment and to hire more qualified staff as engineers or chemists, to create programs to support investment and innovation. An action plan to take for this risk is to promote lobbying at EU level with EEC through and T2030, to organize the participation in innovative fairs and conferences like high-tech techs, to identify cascade funding, excellent tool for supporting innovation and showcase results and outcomes, to map investment needs at EU level and use textile ETP as basis for innovation needs. Now I would, after sorting out all the risks, mitigation and solutions on short term and long term, some future thoughts or some future initiative will be digital and green transition for textile industry. For the green initiative, of course, there are many, but some of them is exploring various sustainable practices that can be adapted by manufacturers. One of green initiative, important green initiative is water management and waste management, and as well role of circular economy principle and recycling. From the side of digitalization as a future initiative already present in textile industry is to look for digitalization and as well for potential benefits by implementing digitalization. As well, one of the point of digitalization initiative will be the streamline of textile production with help of digital technologies, and acknowledge the role of automation, artificial intelligence, and data analytics. And last but not least, of course, we should look for case studies and the success story for implementation of digitalization. For this overview of this webinar, we was discussing about value chain, about disruption due to pandemics, due to the military conflict, and as well due to financial crisis and due to climate change disruption that appear during the manufacturing or value chain in textile industry. So as well, it's possible to identify risks which are coming during the manufacturing, and to make a risk assessment and to be prepared to make a plan. As well, one of the risks is a lack of skilled workforce. So for this, we would need a workforce management or to plan a strategy for the workforce or skilled people, personnel, as well to increase the attention or to look for value chain management. As the market is shifting so fast, we need a market adaptation and innovation or investment in innovation. As well is a permanent conduct through financial analysis needed. One of this future implementation of transformation or transit, which is very important and actual, is digital and green transition, and as well to mitigate all the risks which are happening during the value chain and to look for solution or to prevent this risk from happening. We need a crisis communication, collaboration, and partnership. Now I would give the floor. Is there any question? Okay. I would be as well happy to answer per email. You can find the contact at the webpage of IE Textiles. And if there are no questions, or they will be on the chat, then I would inform only the last point of this webinar today, and save the date for 20 September for the next event, which is EuroBoosTEX matchmaking event. And now I'd like to close this webinar. I would like to thank you to joining, and hope to see you again. Thank you.